is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all a quick video. We're going to talk about the Dallas Mavericks, Porzingis, and Luka Doncic combination. They doing their thing right now. They literally in the playoff race. I did not have the Dallas Mavericks in my playoff contenders. They are a legitimate 6-3. Luka Doncic looks like a franchise savior like we thought he would be. He looks like a guy that can impact the league for multiple years, possibly even an MVP, possibly being able to lead this Dallas Mavericks team to a championship. This is a team that has really put winning first and tried to do everything they can to win with dirt, changing coaches, making trades, and taking gambles on guys that paid off and some didn't, but also willing to put it all on the line. This is an organization that if they see a chance to win the type championship, if they see a move that can even hurt or help the team, they're willing to take those risks. And that's what you want if you look at Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. You want a team in an organization that's focused on getting better, that's focused on improving, that's focused on doing what it takes to win a championship, and everybody has their roles. And right now, Luka Doncic is a guy that's giving you 28 points per game and 9.2 assists per game. This is a guy that's putting up career-high numbers. We've seen a little bit of it last year when he was playing at the end of the season, when he was putting up numbers and his efficiency started going down, but you start seeing that he can handle the ball. You start seeing that he can knock down shots consistently off the dribble. He can get to the paint, and this year he added his floater game, which made it even tougher because if this guy blows past you, he can finish in traffic, he can get to the free throw line, but not only that, if you don't come all the way up, he can float it. And if you do come all the way up, he can always lob it or kick it out to a shooter when he collapses the defense. So when you look at this team, they put you in some messed up situations to where it's very, very frustrating to guard this team. But Rick Carlisle has been a genius when it comes to basketball. He has been able to figure things out. He has been able to make teams that shouldn't even be in the playoffs look better than what they really are. He just need guys that can fit in his scheme and that he can really manipulate them and manipulate the defense to thinking that this team is mediocre. Look at this team on paper. You say there's some names on here. This team look like a quality team. It look like it can be a threat, but we all say depending on how Porzingis and Doncic plays. Porzingis haven't even played that well in my personal opinion. He has still not been able to be the defensive guy that we thought he could be, but he's coming off injury. He hasn't played in a while, so I'm giving him a pass. But he also haven't shown the ability to rebound. Luka is rebounding the ball a lot more better than Porzingis, and Porzingis is probably double his age almost. I mean, double his size almost, and that cannot be happening. And Luka plays on the perimeter a lot too. You can't use that as an excuse for not getting rebounds because Luka primarily all his shots come from perimeter shots, whether it's floaters or step back threes or even just dribbling for the mid range stop and pop jumper and pull up jumper. He's scoring majority of his points at the perimeter. And even if you look at this team, majority of their team is shooting threes and getting layups. So there's no reason why Porzingis can't get you 10 to 11 rebounds a game with that type of mobility and that type of size. And his rim protecting ability ain't there either. I know he ain't playing the minutes that he needs to be playing. I know that they got to watch how they use him, watch how people collide into him because this is a guy that you invested 5 years of max money into, and he was worth it. And a lot of people complain that he might not have been, but when you look at this guy, he was an all-star already before he even became a Dallas Maverick. He was a 20-point scorer already before he even came to Dallas Mavericks. And when you have those type of accolades and you have those type of numbers, it usually gets you the max contract. Guys like Andrew Wiggins have never been an all-star and got the max. Guys like even Chris Middleton, he had the All-Star team in the East too. He averaged less points and everything than Porzingis, and he damn near got more money than Porzingis or close to it. And he's a unicorn. There's no player like Porzingis, and the fact that he can post guys up and shoot over the top of them, and he can have deadly to elite range on a three-point shot to the point where he can just pull up right in front of your face and get it off clean. And it's because he's so tall and so long. And the fact that he actually got unlimited range actually helps the defense and the offense too, because he can just pull up from anywhere and he has a good chance of knocking it down. And that's the type of player that you want around Doncic. But I feel like Doncic has been carrying the weight of this team on his shoulders. He has really been doing everything he can to keep this team winning, everything he can for this team to be competitive. And I think he has been able to do that so far. And that's why he has to be an all-star and a potential guy for all NBA. If Steph Curry is going to miss a lot of time and Doncic continues to put up these numbers, plus the Mavericks stay in the playoffs, there's no way that you can have Doncic outside of the All-Star game and outside of the All-NBA team. He has taken his game to another level, and I think that that's one thing that people guessed and didn't like about Doncic coming into the draft. How good can Doncic be? How much game do he have left to grow? And he's showing you that his wings can fly as long as he wants to, and as long as he want to come down for rest, that's up to him. Because when you're putting up 28 and almost a triple double, and you get 4 straight triple doubles, I believe that means you have the all around package. Plus, Doncic has been competing a little bit better defensively. I'm not going to say he's a great defender. I'm not even going to say he's a good defender, but he's getting the best out of that body and that size, and he's very smart. I do think he can be a little fancy and a little reckless with the turnovers. I think that's something that he needs to cut down and just make the right pass. You don't have to do something fancy. You don't have to please the crowd. It's just about winning the game and setting up your teammates and giving them easy shots. I can't critique him too much because he's young. This is a guy that only played in 2 seasons and he's still figuring things out. He's still trying to understand the game and the way they're covering him. And a lot of teams have been switching up coverage on Doncic to throw him off and to confuse him. But when you look at it from that perspective, at the end of the day, this has been a team that has been a team that we respected. They won over 30 games last year, and I don't see why adding Porzingis and better shooters and ball handlers around Doncic, I don't see why they can't improve by 10 plus wins, especially if he continues to play like this. I understand why they sucked last year because they traded for Porzingis and he didn't play a damn game. So they basically got Tim Hardaway and some role players, but they didn't really get the guy that they have now. Now, if they would have traded for Porzingis and he was healthy last year, they probably could have made a good, legitimate run at the playoffs last year. As the season was over halfway over, they could have went on a run if everything clicked. But considering that they look amazing right now and they don't even have their whole team healthy, that should scare people. That if Porzingis can learn how to continue to rebound at the dominant level, be a better rim protector and team defender and communicator, and if he can literally become unguardable on the ball and off the ball, that just gives them another dimension. His shot hasn't been falling in the mid range. His 3-point shot is a little streaky, but if he can just knock off a little bit more of that rust, get a little bit more NBA basketball shape, and continue to believe in the system and get the practice to go, this team can be scary, and this duo can be very scary. A lot of people talked about them during the summer that this can be an underrated duo, especially if they add the right pieces. My reason for this team not making the playoffs wasn't because of Doncic. It wasn't becoming Porzingis unless it was the injuries, because they both got hit with injuries. But other than that, I just don't trust the guys around them. I don't know if they can make big play after big play for an 82 game season. I just feel like they have mediocre talent around Doncic and Porzingis, and I don't know if it can hold up for an 82 game season. But what I do see is if they have Luka Doncic, they're going to be competitive. They're going to be able to go out there and compete against anybody because he's just that good. He has just that good of an impact on the game, whether it's scoring, whether it's passing, whether it just being having gravity. He's a great 3-point shooter. He's taking smarter shots. I still think he can cut some of the ego shots and the pride shots out. But when you're a guy that gets that many touches and the ball is in your hand the most, you're not bound to make mistakes. You're bound to force up some shots because you are confident. That's why he is one of the best players in the world, is because of his confidence and his work ethic. And if they continue to work it like this and they continue to click on these cylinders and Porzingis start to look like old Porzingis, but also revolutionize into a better Porzingis, and he hasn't played with a guy as good as Luka because Carmelo was a little beat up when Porzingis came and he was on his way out of the league at that time. Well, we didn't know he was going to be out of right away, but he had the knee injuries and stuff that really slowed him down and changed the way he played. But Doncic is new. He's young. He's athletic. He's happy, and he's just very crafty and smart with a high basketball IQ that he can really make Porzingis' job so easy that All he has to do is stay healthy and knock down easy shots. Finish at the rim, knock down your pick and pop jumpers, knock down your transition threes, and finish in the paint every once in a while. And if you get a switch or a mismatch, shoot over some guys, dunk on some guys, and get to the free throw line. If Porzingis can just be a little bit more aggressive and just get his jump shot a little bit more wet, this can be a legitimate scary team 2 to 3 years from now. They're scary already, but I still think they're missing a legitimate piece that can really make a substantial difference if they want to win the title. Because when you look at teams like the Clippers, you look at teams like the Lakers, they still is a step ahead of this team at the point that they are right now. But if Doncic can add, I mean, if Mark Cuban in that organization can add one more piece, we can be looking at this Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis duo as a potential dynasty. Because these guys are not even 25 years old. They're still learning the game. They're still growing. They're still understanding the game. They're still finding their roles and what they need to do to help this team win. And Porzingis, he's coming into a new organization with new coaching staff, new development staff, new teammates, and he has to get adjusted. He has to get acclimated. But not only that, he has to continue to polish off that rust. And once he starts looking a little bit better and a little bit more comfortable, this team can, legitimately make the playoffs. Especially because if you think about it, everybody know OKC is going to fall out, and the Lakers can take that spot because they didn't make it to the playoffs last year. But it's still that Golden State spot. A lot of people thought Golden State was going to make it to the playoffs, or they're not. But none of us thought that Steph Curry would get injured this early in the season, which is really going to put a damper on their season and really can knock them out of the playoffs permanently, depending on how fast he come back and how bad their record is. It might be too big of a hole to dig out, which means it's going to leave a spot open from last year, which the Dallas Mavericks can steal. But also Portland don't look the same. They got less talent this year, less chemistry, but they're relying a lot on Dame, and CJ hasn't stepped up to the plate, which means they could possibly miss it too, giving them another opening to get one of those spots. They just have to continue to execute, continue to trust and believe in the coaching staff, in the game plan, and implement it and do them. And they should be able to figure out how to win on the fly. Just like it's said, this team won 30 games last year, and Porzingis didn't even play when they traded for him. So this could be a potential 45, 47 win team legitimately if they can stay healthy and if the role players continue to do their job and knock down shots and also help Doncic out every once in a while. And like I said, my main gripe isn't with Doncic. It's mainly Porzingis, but he is a guy that's coming off an injury, missing over a year because of the injury. So he's not going to be the same player just because of that. But at the same time, I do want to see how this season goes and if they can grab one of those playoff spots and accelerate the rebuild quicker now that they got Doncic that helped them get Porzingis, and now they can get a playoff spot. They can be one piece away from being a legitimate contender, and everybody talking about them winning the championship in Dallas or even in the NBA. Let me know what you guys think about Dallas. Let me know what you guys think about Porzingis. Let me know what you guys think about Doncic. And let me know if you feel like this team can make the playoffs. I read every comment. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for buying the merchandise. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Thanks for continuing to watch. And thanks for continuing to be fans. And I really do love and appreciate you guys. I do have respect for you guys. And I'm doing it because I love doing this. And I love making the videos for you guys because you guys like to watch. You guys can't wait to watch as soon as I upload. And you guys have really been there for these last couple of years as I've been doing this. So I just wanted to say thanks for everybody that's subscribing, that's been subscribed, that's been riding from day one, and that continue to watch throughout all the chaos and controversy. And this channel has been pretty consistent with content, and thank you guys for continuing to watch. I'm gone. Like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies, I break down players, I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching.